everybody, it's Seriously Sydney here, and today I'm going to be showing you guys how to draw a magnolia blossom with watercolor pencils. So I'm using the Fantasia watercolor pencils, and the colors, I'll give you the numbers because the colors are kind of not listed. So for the numbers, I ended up using number 50, 37, 39, or 40. 39 or 40, I don't remember which one. Number 3, number 13, number 16, number 10, and number 9. So you see me right here, I'm picking them out, and when you guys pick out your watercolor pencils, the goal is to pick tones that kind of match the flower that you're drawing. So I had ended up going with a light kind of peachy pink for the lightest part of the flower, and then I added some yellow and some deep like pink reds and then purpley reds. So you see right here, I'm trying to get the camera to focus on the name of the watercolor pencil. However, I was not successful, but I tried. Okay, so I'm also using Canson XL watercolor paper. I just cut off a small, it's a business card size piece, but it does not have to be this small when you guys do yours. Okay, so when I start with the bottommost part, so I would be starting right here with the branch that the flower is on, or attached to. So I'm just kind of lightly sketching that out, trying to get its general direction and shape. It's always best to go from thin and pressing lightly to go then to like press really hard and go really thick. Kind of want to go light first. I kind of just want to get the general shapes, and then I go in with a slightly dark kind of green color for the very bottom where the flower attaches to the branch. So right here, the goal with this part is just to get the general shape. So it doesn't have to look very detailed or anything, that's not the goal. The goal is to get the general shape of the blossom or bloom, or in this case I don't know its technical name, but essentially where the blossom attaches to the branch. Then I go back in and with some brown, and I kind of try to differentiate like what's in the foreground, what's in the background. And then I added in some yellow here so that when you add water to it, it doesn't turn all just one color, but you have the blended colors. And then I added that blossom in the background, which was a yellowy green tint. Right here, still drawing out the general shape of the bottom part. I'm going in with a slightly brighter green, trying to define those edges of the base of the flower. Adding in some yellow, because it's not just one color, it's a mix of colors. Some edges are darker than others, so adding the yellow helps to blend it out. Now right here, I have the peachy pink color, and I'm outlining the shape of the leaves. So you don't have to follow your reference photo to the exact T, but you use it as a general guideline. So I'm trying to get the outline in the lightest parts of the flower drawn in, so that I can see like exactly how it folds the petals, how the petals fold, for going in with a darker color later. start like one petal at a time, and I generally move from the bottom upward. So, because when the blossom or flower blooms, you get the outer parts end up at the bottom. So you want the bottom part first and build it upward like in layers. And right here I'm starting on a petal that is in the background but still to the bottom of the flower itself. Kind of curls over. The main idea of this portion is to kind of be light with the pencil, let the pencil kind of turn and twist on the paper as you go, and to get the general shape of the petals. That's very important. And the folds. You want to get the folds and the direction of the folds as well. That's also very important to helping the flower look like a flower. So as I'm drawing this, I do have a reference photo available to me. The reference photo is linked in the description, so you guys should be able to see that. It is from Pinterest, however, this drawing is not an exact copy of it, so I can show you kind of where I got my inspiration from. It is definitely not an exact copy, but yeah, I did get my inspiration from it. Okay, right here I am switching to a darker color to define some of the shadows. Oh no, I forgot a petal. This petal towards the very bottom does not end up getting very much color in general. Even in the end, it's a very pale petal. So right here I am trying to define, like, because with the Magnolia the edges are very light, but the center and the very, so the center of the petals and then the bottom portion of the petals tend to be much darker. So I'm trying to get that in, color that in. I also use this part to define the different petals, because as you can see how it kind of gets all muddled as they get closer together at the bottom, so I use different tones to help differentiate the different petals. So slightly different tones of red in this case, or pink, however you'd like to see it. And then I'm going over the lighter line right here because that is actually the bottom part of the petal. So I wanted to differentiate that from how the other petals, it's the sides of the petals that you're seeing. For this part you're actually seeing the bottom of the petal. And now I'm just going in and adding color where there's color. Or where there's darker color, I should say. So with watercolor pencils, you don't actually have to color everything in. You, let's see here, you just need a little bit of pigment there from the pencil, and then when you go in, some people use like water brushes. They go in, you lightly touch it, and there's a lot of pigment there, so the pigment spreads around and you don't overdo it. When, like, if you were to color all this in and get the exact color you wanted, then you put water on it, it wouldn't look anywhere near what you wanted because there would be too much pigment there. So just defining the different edges. continuing along that process until I am satisfied with it. Trying to not necessarily get it to look exactly like the reference. The goal is to get it to look like a flower and to also match the image that's in my head. So right here I'm going back in with the brown and defining it a little bit more. I believe I may have grabbed a darker brown to get the edges more defined. And then right here I'm adding another bloom in the corner because I thought that in this image needed a little bit more to it, to make it more symmetrical, and you'll see I ended up adding a third blossom towards the bottom so that it is, I think it just brought the piece together. I wanted it to be like a blossom that's in the background, not in the foreground. However, that is up to you how you want to do it. Thank you guys for watching this far, and you guys have pretty much made it to the end. If you made it this far, comment yellow in the description. Thanks for watching, and if you enjoy videos like this and want to see more, don't forget to like, subscribe, and turn on notifications. I will see you guys next time. Bye.